We're picking up where we last left off, with us still down here in hell, just helping them out with their tier 3 builds and getting them established with their own agricultural district. The agricultural district is slowly starting to come along now. I did work out what was wrong with our builders last time, with them just kind of standing about the place doing nothing, and it turns out that it was due to the obsidian underneath. We put down a lot of fountain builds that had his water come down and create this obsidian for us, just so that we could have some more land to actually build on here, which has kind of worked to our detriment because our builders can't really dig through the obsidian with as much speed as I can, certainly. So I've had to spend quite a lot of time going through everything that we did build up and basically taking it all back out again, which, let me tell you, that was a job and a half. Basically, whenever it comes to these warped themed buildings, they normally have some form of basement to them, which does involve a lot of netherrack just underneath the builds, such as this one here, which does mean that our builders do need to dig a little bit further underground, which of course the obsidian would then obstruct them doing so. So that's the only reason why that whole process did take as long as it did, just because our builders aren't very good at digging through obsidian. But I have helped them out in the places that I can here, so I believe this is our swine herder's hut now up, and just behind it is a tier 1 farm as well. We did just have another little mini genocide, which is pretty normal for here, so I'm not sure if we do have any builders at the moment. No builder for this one, although they are 100% supplied with whatever they're doing. And we have Arthur Y doing a cowboy for us, and they are about 75% supplied, and just awaiting a couple of items here. So we can certainly set them up with that to begin with. But at some point I will need to bring some pigs down here for our swine herder's hut. What a shame that they can't just farm these hoglins here. And I will need to bring down some cows as well at some point, just so that we can get the cow herder's hut up and running here. That's going to be another citizen dead. Yep. Thank you very much for that, Enderman. Speaking of basements actually, I noticed in our new tier 2 library that they now do have a basement of their own, which just simply says botany. So whenever you come downstairs, we've got this weird room here actually, which I'm not quite sure how this is going to end up looking, but it's certainly interesting so far. But because our university is now at tier 2, we do have a few more researches here that we can now do. Some of them might not be too useful to get, such as vein miner, just to find 10% more ores, seeing as they're not really going to find any ores down here. I'm not sure about this ability research, which says that citizen block place speed is plus 10%. I am not really sure what that means. I don't know if that will be applicable to the builders or not, but it's fairly simple to go for, only requiring a mine at tier 1 and 64 iron ingots. We can eventually go for the what you need upgrade, which is going to unlock our mechanics hut, but this will require our blacksmith to be at least level 3 as well. Which we do have that building placed down, just not constructed yet, so depending on how many deaths that we get here today, that might be something that we can maybe make a start on building. And it's a similar principle whenever it comes to the rock and roll research, which is going to unlock our crusher's hut. This is going to require a stonemason's hut, totaling at least 1 level, which again we do have 1 placed down, just not built yet. And again, similar to our Fletcher's hut, which requires a sawmill totaling at least 1 level, which we do have 1 placed down, again just not built. This research here for sieving is going to be interesting, because this will unlock our sifter's hut, which is an okay build. It's not my favourite, to be honest with you, but this is going to require a fisher's hut totaling at least 3 levels. A fishing hut down here in hell. Where would I actually put it? I really doubt that I could put the fishing hut straight into some lava. I really don't think that's going to work. So my other alternative is to maybe make up some artificial water somewhere, maybe with some ponds or some fountains, and just seeing if we can maybe establish a fishing hut on top of it. That itself is going to be really confusing but interesting to make. Anyway, I really just want to establish our agricultural district a bit more here today, and then maybe get on with these other builds that I was talking about. So I've got enough on my plate rather than having to worry about fishing huts at the moment. Also, I've spent a little bit of time down here with our miner, who is now Lettuce. That wasn't the last miner that I was working with. But Lettuce is asking for 8 oak signs from me. So that is interesting because that is suggesting to me that they have been working down here, which is a bit contradictory to what I was dealing with. I will make her the oak signs, but I have spent a little bit of time down here with them, just trying to stop this lava flow, which we've done to a fairly okay success, I suppose. But I have actually seen that she has been building down here, and by the looks of it, we might actually be getting in some nodes. Interesting. Whenever I was helping out your predecessor down there, basically all that happened was he kept stepping into the lava and then he would pour it onto me. It was really funny until I had to kill him because I nearly died. So I'm very shocked that something is actually happening down here, but I will certainly get you set up here with oak signs. Right, she has all of her oak signs then, so let's follow her down and see what type of nonsense that we are going to get up to here. That is really interesting to me. I really want to see how they're going to be able to do this, but the fact that we now do have a miner up and working here means that my netherrack collecting days are now completely gone. She is digging down at the moment, but I'm going to get her just to mine on the node that she's already started on, so hopefully she will stop digging further down and just go do that. There is a research actually that I'm interested in getting specifically for the miner, which is this one here for hot boots, where miners have fire and lava immunity. But this will require us having a Fletcher hut totaling at least level 1 and also having a university at level 3, which actually isn't too difficult to do. We can already upgrade our university to tier 3, which we will do at some point, and we will unlock our Fletcher's hut just after we get the sawmill up and working. So getting that upgrade to stop our miners from burning to death whilst they're mining down there, that sounds incredibly helpful actually. I really kind of wish I could get the rest of our colonists having the same type of buff. So one of our builders making up our farmer build is pretty much supplied with everything there. I've just seen a couple of items be delivered to them. And our other one making up the cowboy, he's still awaiting a few items coming to him, and maybe some items that I might need to get him. But overall, they've pretty much got everything that they're going to require from me at the moment. So I will just come down here and assist with any nasties that might be coming to try kill them. Although it's only ever the zombie piglins and endermen that seem to kill our citizens. These hoglins and actual piglins, they just seem to prefer trying to kill me. It's quite interesting actually. But what Arthur is doing at the moment is he's making a spiral underneath all of this lava actually, just with all this netherrack. So eventually we'll see a little platform just appear inside the lava, and that's whenever the building will actually start coming together. Joan was doing farmer, I believe, which does look as if it's nearly ready to be complete. She's just got a couple more torches to put down here, and then that's the building done actually. So that's good. We'll have another farmer up, which I think that will mean that we have 2 farms totaling at least level 3, which should mean that we're able to go for the composter upgrade. Which she has just literally finished it there as I got to her university, but it's inside our technology tab for biodegradable, which yes, we now have farms totaling at least level 3, so if we had 64 bone meal, we would be able to get the composter hut. But I've already foreseen this, and I already have the bone meal prepared for us, so let us actually just get this biodegradable research then. And that's grand. Then we'll get up a composter, and that will then unlock even more huts for us. While the 2 builders are down here building side by side at the moment, one is doing our cowboy's hut, and the other one is doing our guard's tower. so I think I will go busy myself and go bring down some cows and some pigs. I'm not really sure what they're getting up to over here in heaven. I suppose I can quickly check in with them actually. Ava is upgrading our town hall to tier 2. There's just a lot of wooden items, which I'm pretty sure our sawmill knows how to make, so I will let him get on with that. And Elia is doing a citizen's hut for us, which is pretty much the same story here. We will eventually continue on with the builds here in our heaven colony, specifically for our civic district, but today is still all about hell, although very quickly I can just now show you the new bridge that we have over to this area here, which I think we might have either the bathhouse place down in, or maybe a school district. I'm not quite sure yet, but that's a little bridge now built up for it. Alright then guys, come with me. Yous are really going to enjoy your new home. Still as fun as ever, leading some animals through into hell. Right, I think for the meantime though guys, yous are just going to come inside this pen here, and whenever we do get up our Cowboy's Hut, then you can go live over there instead. But that's fine, you guys, just stay here, absolutely fine and safe. And that zombie piglin just killed our builder, who is actually making a Cowboy's Hut. So that's just absolutely tremendous. Thank you very much for that. We do actually have a new worker in here for our Swine Herders Hut. We have Grey, who's just wanting an axe in order to continue. I will get you an axe eventually. I would like to upgrade your hut here first to at least tier 2, just so then you will start breeding out a lot more of those pigs. Then you can go slaughter them, and it will be the same story for our Cowboy Hut whenever it finally gets up and working here. I would rather them have more animals to begin with than less, because it's still a bit of a pain in the arse dragging them all the way down here. That's the netherrack flooring finally starting to go down. Good fight, builder. So whenever we get another builder up, they will just continue that off, and eventually we will get these two buildings up here. Eventually. Let's come check up on our miner then. How are you getting on, Lettuce? She's away back down mining again. Well, I've seen that you haven't actually started mining out on this level like I asked you to. That is because she has dug even further down actually. But she seems to be doing a pretty quick job here, so I am happy just letting her get on with it. It would be really nice if you would bring me up some ancient debris, that's all I'm saying to you. We've got the guards tower now up and working here. Well, I think I say working rather loosely, but that guards tower has pushed our boundary back a bit, which means we can further expand into that Crimson Forest should we need to, which we probably will need to, because as much fun as it is turning lava into obsidian, it's a real pain in the arse just trying to dig it all out just to put down some of these buildings. So placing it straight onto netherrack is probably the way forward. We are finally starting to make some progress on our Cowboy's Hut. At least that's the flooring now pretty much placed in. And I've seen that another builder is now doing our chicken farmer's hut. Which, good luck to them with this, because this looks like a hell of a job that they've got ahead of them. But I think after they get both of those buildings up, then all we need to do is continue upgrading the field here just another 2 or 3 times. We still need the research for our plantation before we can build it. And then we will have our composter hut to be built over here, which we are still waiting on the research to be done for it. And a citizen's house. And I think that's pretty much the beginning foundations of our agricultural district then done here. We will of course have to then upgrade all of the builds to tier 2 around here as well, and then to tier 3, but that won't be too much of an issue, because now that the hard part's done, which is actually building on the lava to begin with, it really shouldn't take them too long to then further expand out these buildings. Then this area here, which is probably going to become an industrial district, that's then next on the list, because we'll get our sawmill and our blacksmith and our stonemason all built up here, and that's really going to help us whenever it comes to automating hell. And then after that's done, we can unlock some new buildings within a university, and after we get those new buildings, that will give us even more automation to go for. And then after that, I think we really need to nail down the combat. A barracks and properly kitted out knights and archers That's definitely what we need to help us start combating some of these mobs. Well, I've jumped ahead a little bit just to ensure that we do get these buildings up and ready today, which they have actually. So, this is our new agricultural district, now pretty much on its way to being complete. I believe that most of the builds here are now up to tier 2, and our Swine Herders Hut has certainly been hard at work here. That's a lot of pigs that we now have. So he will continue breeding our pigs here and occasionally head out and slaughter them just so that we get some pork chops from them. Not that we really need those pigs in order to get some pork chops. The farm is now also up to tier 2 I believe, and the fields around it I think might be up to about tier 4, seeing as I think we have 4 of the 5 fields in at the moment. Actually, the farm is only tier 1 at the moment, so they will probably be coming to upgrade that at some point. And then that way they will actually be able to come to all of these fields here just to start planting a lot of crops in them. The Cowboy Hut is also at tier 2, which you can maybe just see some cows in this little pen here that we have. And in fact, I think he has also been hard at work and has managed to breed out a lot of cows for us as well. Yes he has. That is a lot of cows that we have here. I wish you really wouldn't be in the way there, Piglin, because I think I just hit some of the cows. Well, maybe a small culling of them wouldn't be such a bad idea. But this is our Cowboy's Hut, now with pigs and hoglins inside it. Our Chicken Herder Hut is up as well, and once again I believe this is now at tier 2. We do have a worker inside it who is currently breeding some pigs for us, which is nice. You are supposed to be breeding chickens for us, but I'll take anything at this point. But all that does mean is that at some point Hell's warehouse will also be full of chicken eggs, so that'll also be nice. I've placed in a couple more citizen houses just to be built eventually. I think Fox here is making one as we speak. But just behind it, we finally have up our composter. Now I believe this building is only at tier 1 at the moment, yes, because we did literally just make it actually. So we'll upgrade it to tier 2, and this hut here, once it reaches tier 3, is going to allow us to start getting some other upgrades within our university. So it's going to be a fairly useful build overall here. Goodbye Fox. Actually, he got really lucky there, although I think I will just extinguish these flames just in case that happens again. But whenever we finally do get in a worker for our Composter Hut, they will start being able to make us compost, which I believe our farmers will be able to use just so they can make some more crops. So it is a fairly useful building overall. I really wish you would stop setting yourself on fire here because you're an alright builder, but again it's up to you. But yes, it's just going to be nice having a composter in. That's this district now pretty much set up here. The next steps will be upgrading the buildings to tier 3, putting in some more housing just for the workers, and maybe trying our best to put some form of decorations down around the place. I'm not entirely sure what decorations to put down here yet. Probably will be similar to our Heaven's Agricultural District, but we might have some form of twist to it here, seeing as this place is rather hellish. The 2 builders that we currently have are actually still working down in that district at the moment. We have Fox making our citizen hut for us, and we have Brody here upgrading our farmer to tier 2. They are just waiting on a few items coming from our warehouse. So I'm very happy just letting the both of them continue on with that. And just before we do wrap up today's episode, I was coming here just to show off the miner, who has very nicely just decided to die. Oh, and there's Fox dead as well as a farmer. But I do want to show off the mine here, which we finally have some nodes being made for us. So Lettuce there was actually doing a hell of a good job digging through some tunnels. We have our miner up and working. So how nice is that? I see her grave here, and holy crap, she has found us some ancient debris. That is our very first piece of ancient debris. Hot damn. I don't have a clue what killed her, but damn, it is possible for our miners here in Hell to actually find his ancient debris. That is terrific actually. Now if only we had our smeltery built, I would be able to give them that piece of ancient debris and they might be able to get me a few things from it. So I am tempted just to hold on to that for now until we do eventually come over here and start building this little area up, but I think that will definitely be for another time. So thank you very much for watching today's episode of MineColonies Heaven and Hell. And as always, if you've enjoyed this episode, then why not give the video a like and subscribe to our channel as well, just to see some more of this nonsense. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now everyone, bye bye.